newlywed. She quickly fell in love with the changes that she saw in her complexion and started her Mary Kay business to just make a little extra cash. She has made 9 appearances in the unit circles, including twice in the prestigious $500 million Circle of Achievement, and is qualified for 4 top sales director trips. Summer is a 4-time double-star achiever, a triple-star achiever, and she's been in the top 10 of her seminar twice. Debuting as a national sales director out of the Mary Kay National Area in 2012, she's a member of the NSD Millionaires Club with over $3 million she's earned in commissions since starting her business in 2001. She's achieved Gold Circle status 9 times and is a 3-time Diamond Circle achiever. Her mother-in-law is Elite Executive National Sales Director Emeritus Pat Fortenberry, and Summer and Senior National Sales Director Pam Fortenberry are the second NSD sisters-in-law in the U.S. Isn't that fun? It definitely pays, keeping it in the family there, I will just say that. She says no matter what obstacle you're facing, you have to push through. My Mary Kay business has been a blessing, not only financially, but most importantly, through the amazing love and care that I received through the hard times. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Independent National Sales Director, Summer Fortenberry.
$100 a month and to buy my products at cost. I had such small vision. But after attending my first success event, I heard the sales director sharing their commission checks of $4,000 to $7,000 a month. I was in shock. I remember thinking, real women make money at this? That night, the sales directors constantly referenced the Power Starter doing 30 faces in 30 days. Ever heard that? And that was their key to success. Now, at the time, I was in college and working full-time with very limited windows of available time. So I had to make sure to turn every booking into a party. And I held 2 to 3 parties a week, every single week for a year. Do you want to know what my results were? Within 4 to 5 months, I had earned my first car. Within 6 months, I became a sales director. And in just over a year, I had earned my very first pink Cadillac. I was laser focused on keeping my day book full, coaching my parties, and working each party full circle, sharing the marketing plan at every appointment, and following up with at least 2 to 3 women from every party. The full circle process works, and it is what creates massive and consistent growth. Y'all, this makes me so excited. Last weekend, my record-breaking area held 40 parties. And guess how many new team members we added? 40. Didn't Mary Kay Ash always say, at every appointment, there's a new beauty consultant? And isn't it amazing that still rings true 60 years later? Team building tip number 2. You must connect with their heart before they will listen to the facts. We are, for the most part, recruiting women into our teams. If we were recruiting men, it would be, here are the facts. These are the facts that make us the best. Check yes or no. But as women, it's a little more complicated than that, isn't it? I've heard it said men's brains are like waffles. They have lots of little boxes that don't impact each other at all. Something tragic can happen in their lives. They will still go to work and close the multi-million-dollar deal. They compartmentalize the different parts of their lives more easily than we do. As women, our brains are like spaghetti noodles. And if one meatball gets moved out of place, for example, one of your children is struggling in school, someone is sick in your life, or someone just hurts your feelings, that tends to impact every area of our life. We are more emotional beings, and that is a beautiful gift from God. So we need to understand that when we are sharing the Mary Kay opportunity. What is your why behind your Mary Kay business? You need to be able to share a short but concise and powerful why story. If you say, I'm doing Mary Kay just to make some extra money, that is not necessarily going to move someone's heart or attach them to you specifically. The reality is, there are lots of options to make extra money right now. Why should she join you? You are joining Mary Kay to make extra money for what? To send your child to college with cash, as we've done? Or to be able to work from home and raise your kids or grandchildren? Or to take your family on an amazing trip and give them the experience of a lifetime? Simon Sinek says, people don't buy your product, they buy why you do what you do. In other words, they first attach to you, and then the Mary Kay product and brand later. When I share my life story, whether one-on-one, at a coffee chat, or a party, I also love to share a few pictures of my family and the things we've been able to do and the places we've gone because of my business. Did you know 89% of people are visual learners? So if you are only talking, most people will not retain much of what you say. But if you share a picture, it's truly an imprint on their brain and their heart. That is why I also share a chart, a visual of how we make our money as I'm sharing marketing. The visual images matter. Your why matters the most. It will open her heart to listen to the facts. Team building tip number 3. Live in your vision, not your reality. And you've heard this from every speaker today. So I think God wants you guys to hear this today. Team building is 100% your mindset. We can sell products on auto Ephesians 1:4 says, where he chose us in him before the creation of the world to be holy and blameless in his sight in love. He knew you. He knew me before the foundation of the world. And he had a plan and a purpose for your life and for mine. I am not enough alone. So when I go it alone, I fail. But when I live as the new me, the one that knows with every fiber of my being that only because Christ is in me, I am enough, then I can be fearless, bold, and courageous because I am drawing strength and power from the well that never runs dry. Team building tip number 4. You must set a goal with a deadline. You have to set a goal with a deadline today. You're going to be the same place a year from now. And warning, massive team building will forever change your life. Just 90 days into my Mary Kay journey, I attended my first seminar in Dallas, and at that seminar, after 4 days of non-stop tears, I knew that this was the big thing that I was called to do, and this was the place that I could truly have it all. God first, family second, and career third. I knew it would be a process, but I was committed. Who's committed? To following the career path, one step at a time. I came home and quickly earned my car, became a director, and earned a second and third car all in a year. My first son, Noah, was born that year, and he gave me a whole new reason why. I consistently and steadily grew my business, completing all the national course, unit clubs, quarter sharing, quarter sales. And then at 25, I faced a life-threatening illness that left me unable to work for over 5 months. Did you know that I never earned a commission check less than $5,000 for one single calendar month during that winter? Where else at 25 years old? Because I had chosen to build a strong team, they kept working on their goals without me. What an incredible blessing. The following year was my comeback year. It was time for us to complete our first $500,000 year. It was June, and it was a super hot and sunny day, and I could not understand why in the world a particular new consultant was trying to cancel her debut party. I insisted she could get a few more people to come, but I let her know I was coming anyway. After my insistence, she called one more friend to make sure she came. That day, I met Dana Andrews. She was a new mama. She had her hair in a ponytail and was in her PJs in the middle of the afternoon. That party changed the course of my life because I met Dana that day. Not only did she become one of my car driving new sales directors within the year, she became one of my dearest friends. We even trained for a half marathon together. Today, years later, our almost now grown sons are friends as well. But I only met her because I had the courage and grit to go after that huge goal. And yes, we did achieve our $500,000 goal. Several years later, we had earned several top directorships, and I was dead set on achieving another Circle of Excellence finish. I was on a mission to become a national sales director within the next year and a half. I, at the time, had been married for almost 10 years to my high school sweetheart. He was a music minister. Along the way, he developed an addiction that I told no one about. We spent thousands of dollars on therapy and counseling, and I truly thought he had beaten it. And then one day, my entire world turned upside down as he made an unthinkable decision. He was later arrested and convicted as a sex offender. I thought my life was over. I could not even think about the next hour, much less the next day. I had 2 precious little boys counting on me and a big business. But I wasn't sure how I would walk through this season. Almost dying from Lyme disease years earlier seemed like a cakewalk compared to this. But the community I had built that I had poured so much into then gave me life. They showed up to check on me, to help Noah, who was 7 with his homework, or just to take me to lunch. Just 2 days after he had moved out, I had a grand opening party scheduled for a new consultant 2 hours away in Advance, North Carolina. I really thought about canceling it, which I never do. And Dana Andrews said to me, "You have to go. I'll go with you." I always offer my new consultants a bling ring for having 15 guests at their party. The new consultant, Jessica's 15th guest, had canceled. Mary, Craig, and me. I could tell you 30 more stories of how I met all of my amazing directors and how they have each changed me, my family, and so many others' lives. All of these lifelong relationships happened because I set a goal after goal and went all in for every single one of them. Did I always reach the goal the first time? No, but I never gave up. We have to run our race with urgency, friends. We never know how much time we have to complete our calling. Last Sunday night, my precious friend and director, Adrian Hollifield, sent me a text. Her consultant of a decade, the beautiful Cheryl Ash, was driving to church, and a tree fell on her car, and instantly she was off into eternity. Cheryl was such a light in our area. She was always smiling and laughing and talking about her Jesus, her church, her family, and her Mary Kay. I just saw her a few weeks ago in an event. When we left the event, she always helped me pack my car. And we hugged like we always did, and always told each other, I love you. Be careful driving home. And she got to go home. I'm so grateful someone had the courage to recruit Cheryl Ash, and that I got to be a small part of her life. I'm so glad someone had the courage to recruit you and me, or we wouldn't be here together today. Who is waiting on you to ask them? Here we are, just 1 week and 1 day from the end of the most amazing month with a starter kit sale and double credit. We are only 100 days from the seminar finish line. How will you make every day count? In closing, you guys, team building tip number 5, share with everyone. Team building changes